All right, welcome back to Coffee with Cody. Today, I want to share with you a little bit of a regimen that's maybe helpful for you with your New Year's resolutions, maybe just a good thing for you on a daily basis anyways. I've made a couple of recipes up for a pre-workout as well as a post-workout coffee. Very simple things like always. What we're going to start with here, we're ready to get working out. We're going to want something a little lighter, so we'll get right into it here so we can get working out and get back to do our post-workout coffee. Again, the coffee is the catalyst, the caffeine to mobilize these nutrients, and that's super duper important to fuel you up and get you jazzed for your workout. Also going to be very key for recovery when we get to that post-workout. To really make sure that you're just as fueled up as you can be and you revitalize all the loss of nutrients. So with our pre-workout coffee, I like to do I like to do a much lighter item. I like to work out fasted, and I feel like I still get those hormonal benefits having this pre-workout coffee in there. That 20 minutes or so before I work out seems to be enough time to let it settle in and really hit the system and let me charge through a workout. Also, just one other side note, if you're taking supplements, I personally like to take my adaptogenic herbs, be that my ashwagandha, or I've really been loving the rhodiola. I get a real boost from that stuff. I like to take that with this. Once we get to our post-workout, that's when I like to take my fat-soluble vitamins like some vitamin D's and even adding a fish oil for a little extra fat and get some more of those omegas in. So we're gonna start with just a small cup. I just want to do a small cup of coffee. Always making good organic coffee, super key. Coffee has a whole lot of chemicals on it if it's not organic. And then to get some protein, I want a little protein boost, but not a lot. I'm gonna use our favorite, our collagen. Very similar to bone broth or gelatin products. There's a couple of variances in those. Again, I like this because it has a very adverse amino acid complex. It's very light. It mixes in super easy and has almost no flavor, which really makes it great so you don't have some sort of gritty protein shake. And this is only in this small cup. We're only going to put in 1 tablespoon, which is going to be a little over 5 grams of protein, so just enough to kind of get us going. So we're just going to take a nice rounded tablespoon of that, put it in the bottom of our coffee. And then I'm only really going to add one more thing to this. If you need some sweetener, I definitely recommend stevia. We're trying to keep those carbs down so we don't have such a high insulin spike. We're going to get a little bit of insulin moving from some proteins and there are a little bit of carbohydrates in the cocoa, but not very much, and that's going to help really get you fueled up for your workout without having those wild peaks and stuff that you're going to get from having some very sugary things. We'll save that for after. And of course, this is full of minerals and antioxidants. So again, we're just going to do a tablespoon of that too. At home, you just grab your spoon or whatever and just, it doesn't have to be perfect. Sometimes it gets all over your kitchen, but cleans up easy. Just pouring coffee straight in your cup. Again, nothing fancy. Just trying to get a little fuel going. We just want a small cup. I'm a big fan at home of just using a butter knife to stir things. If you already got your spoon out that you were measuring your other stuff or whatever, just use that. That's fine. If you want to reuse your spoons and you don't want to get them into your coffee, that's why I like to use this for a stir. So you can stir it as well as you want. If you want to put it in the blender to really mix it, that's fine too, but we don't have the fats to really worry about frothing up and things that we're going to do with our post-workout and some of the other coffees that we make. So we'll drink this down. We'll go get a workout, and I'll be back to see you in just a little bit. All right, we're back. Feeling pretty pumped up. Still full of energy. A little short of breath. Need a little bit of fuel to recover, and hopefully help with some gains. I'm a small guy. They call me a hard gainer. Everybody's got their own things. So nutritionally, you're going to need a different plan. Exercise, you need a different plan. There's a lot of sources you have out there for that stuff. Just to throw out a couple that I really enjoy following on YouTube: Thomas DeLauer, Thenx, Athlenex, V-Shred. There's a whole bunch of things out there. And just know whatever these guys are doing is not necessarily for you, and a lot of them want to sell you on a plan that they have. You got to do what you got to do for yourself. Just, make sure that you are doing something. And in my opinion, if you're doing something and you're doing a little more than you did before, you're bettering yourself. And we don't all have to look like Arnold or want to look like Arnold or whomever the people you see on TV are. And that's okay. But we still need some basic things. We need a little fuel to help get us jazzed. We got that. We got a little workout in. I don't work out as intensely as I should, but I like to get moving. Feels good. Now, I want a little bit of something to recover. So we're going to start with our same basic concept here. And we're going to get into our hot blended coffee. So, obviously, I was drinking a little water. Water is crucial for building muscle. It's, again, a mobilizer. It's the healer of everything in your body. We're made up primarily of water, so I'm going to preheat my coffee cup here right away too. And I got the coffee mug preheating. Just going to set that to the side. I got my blender preheated. We already made our coffee, so we're going to get right into our staple ingredients. Of course, the coconut oil. We love to have the fat. We love the MCTs that are in there for the fast mobilization. It's not solely using MCT oil, so you are going to get some of those fats that are going to have a little longer term burning, which in my opinion is really great too, versus the super concentrated ingredients. Next, we are going to be into the collagen again. We're getting a little more protein boost after the workout. It's going to be really good to help build muscles. So we had 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. We're going to do 2 tablespoons, of course, big rounded tablespoons of the collagen there. Then, again, we're going to use the cocoa again. I really want to fuel up on antioxidants. We're going to get a lot from our good organic coffee. We're going to get even more from the cocoa. Also, we're getting a lot of minerals and stuff in here too, which is really great. So we're going to do 2 tablespoons of that. Now these are all ingredients you can buy at the grocery store, anywhere really, or food co-op, if you got one of those. Next one you're probably going to have to go to the bike shop for, or you can just use honey at home. I like to use the honey stinger. The reason I like to use the honey stinger is not only honey, and it's more natural than a lot of these other little goop products you can buy that have a lot of weird ingredients in them. But you're getting honey, but you're also getting lots of electrolytes that they add in there. So I'm just going to take a pack of that and just squeeze it right into the blender too. Now this is where we're going to get some carbs, and we're going to want carbs now after we've worked out because we really want to fuel those muscles. And this is going to help push that right straight into the muscles after we worked out and giving us electrolytes. So now we've got fats, proteins, electrolytes, carbohydrates, a whole ton of minerals, and finally, of course, our catalyst for it all, some good fresh coffee. For this one, of course, we're going to do a little more than we did on our pre-workout. We need a little more nutrients. So we're going with a good 2 cups there. You just knock that off. Again, lid on the blender. Make sure it's on there tight so this stuff isn't all over the ceiling of your kitchen. Doesn't take much. Dump this water out here. Sorry, we had a little pause there in our video, but that's okay. Life happens. We'll get right into it. We're almost finished here. We're just going to pour this into our big old coffee mug. Obviously, we're up in the cove. Got my bicycle coffee mug going on now. So now we've got everything we need to recover from our workout, all in our delicious tasting coffee. You're definitely not going to need any sweetener in this one because we got that honey stinger, which is going to be great with the coffee. Another tip there, if you go to most of your local bike shops, maybe not some of the big chain ones, but you go to your local shops, they'll probably sell you a case of these at a little over their cost versus you going on Amazon or whatever and trying to buy them in bulk. And that'll save you a lot of money because usually those things are a couple bucks at most stores. And that gets a little expensive in your coffee. But I do definitely like having those electrolytes. Again, if you can't, use a really good raw honey. A local honey is even better for you. And that'll just really, make sure that everything's got really good health benefits. Because right now that we just worked out, we want to really fuel this stuff up. So hopefully this will help you a little bit. Whether you're working out or not, you can kind of combine any of these simple ingredients that you may have at home or can buy really easy, and get yourself fueled up and having something that tastes great, and have a little better day. And we'll be back again with more cool coffee tips for you. Cheers.